right, how y'all doing this evening? I'm back. Appreciate y'all checking into the G-Spot podcast. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all support RWR Live. We're seeing live. I got City Councilwoman Tanya Ron sitting in the building right now. We have the Noire Financial Summit. Hey, y'all. We're at the Noire Financial Summit down here in downtown Pensacola, the historic downtown Pensacola area. Um, Belmont the Billions. Let me be specific about that. I'm sitting with actually not only to the city council, but a lot of the information that I got when it comes to the Black experience in Pensacola is what I actually got from my book. And I thank you for that. It's our job. First, with the event tonight, what are some important things that you took out?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Perez for putting this together, and it was phenomenal. I learned a lot about finances and investments, and so a lot of times when we are, poor, or we just don't have enough money, we don't know where to begin.
Right.
And I can appreciate them for explaining it slowly for people who are familiar with investing,
Right.
and I learned a lot.
Yeah. One question that I had for Rest was when it comes to getting this information out to more minority neighborhoods, like I know you're over District 5. And so when it comes to the approach when going out to those type of neighborhoods, how do you think that we should go out to spread this type of information?
Remember, though, this is what we forget. We knew how to do this stuff. We knew how to do this stuff even when we did not have access to financial institutions in the modern sense.
Right.
We always had to make do. And sometimes we did the same thing even though we weren't allowed in the room.
Right.
So, what did your grandma do? What did your grandpa do, right? I meet so many people who live in houses that their granddaddy built. Right? So these people, they had this make-do mentality. And the only thing we have to do is know how to update that make-do mentality. So at the core, we still have it. It's just that big financial institutions that we weren't allowed access to, and things that our grandparents did because they weren't allowed into certain spaces didn't pass down to our parents, therefore didn't pass down to us. But now that we can get there, how do we keep the spirit alive of what those people did?
Right.
The desire.
Right.
Kind of like, remember in that movie Soul Food when there was Uncle Pete and like I think after like they found the money in the TV or something like that.
Yeah.
So even though Uncle Pete didn't have it comes from folk who didn't have a bank to put it into, he still knew that he had to save his money.
Right. Right.
So we have to change our lifestyle to, number one, know that you have to establish a savings, and they talked about how to go about saving, what you need to do to save. We talked about it in the presentation. You're not doing it right. So just remember what your grandma and grandpa did and keep that spirit alive, but then just update it for the institutions that are available to us.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said it because I've never even looked at it in that light. And I guess it's very important to, like you say, update the mindset of how we manage our money because we're planning a new system now. And one thing I did notice with with even just myself with financial literacy, it's still a lot of things that I'm getting to know. I'm trying to learn, and it's a lot of what I noticed was surrounding myself with people who are like-minded. And a lot of times we as a community struggle with letting people go because we love them. And, we don't want to feel bad, but we have to look at the end of the day. It's like this journey is still your journey at the end of the day, and you can't let other people hinder it. And that's why I even just being here tonight, it felt so good to just be around not only people of color and people of color who got a little money, but people of color who got a money that had the same idea. And hopefully I can also be somebody of color in the community that help to put this information out there. Not just with you on the board, but and not only with you, not only helping us and showing us events like this, but you also reminding us of who we are as people. And that's very appreciative. Because sometimes you forget, and the first thing somebody says, I ain't want no slave, but it's more than slavery with being black, man. And especially when it comes to our city of being a Pensacola was a prominent place for black people at one point in time, until the Jim Crow era. And I think even then we still have very successful people there. So I really, really appreciate that. And I appreciate you for what you do. So tomorrow, I know you got some things coming up this weekend.
Yes, I don't even have my list out, but we all know that we're going to journey to Juneteenth with Florida's emancipation having started May 20th, concluding Juneteenth. Um, but I think there are going to be some events even past Juneteenth technically, but I mean, whatever, we're going to do it.
Right.
So tomorrow, though, we're starting the Fiesta Minority Heritage Committee, which I'm a member of. We're having a tea at the Berkeley, not the Berkeley, the Mississippi Historic Museum, the Berkeley House down there.
Right.
Yeah. And then the Watson Family Foundation. This thing is really just in conjunction with with the Watson event being the centerpiece, and then other events being complementary to.
Right.
So if you wanted to come get some dessert, cool down, come on over to the Berkeley House. Kim released a list of events or activities planned out for the day. So I think ours is at the same time of the band performing, and we know everybody doesn't watch the band. So for the few people who don't, maybe you're older, maybe you're not into, the louder music, whatever. You can just come and get your ice cream. Maybe you got the babies and they won't, you don't want to have to keep up with them. Just come over and get some ice cream.
Okay. I appreciate you.
But there's also it's all coming to me now. The ferry ride.
I'll be there.
You gonna come to the ferry ride? That was early?
Yeah.
Great.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So Pensacola was part of the Underground Railroad southbound. Of course, if I live in Florida and I'm a slave, I'm not gonna make it to Canada.
Right.
So it made more sense if I hopped or tried to get on a boat to go to Mexico or tried to flee some other way. And so you hear the story about the Underground Railroad southbound, and that's what they're going to talk about on the ferry ride. And that's at 10. Then, the full list of events are in weekly, so you can just check that out. Because I know I'm forgetting something, but the full list of events are in there.
So make sure y'all definitely check that out. I will definitely be on the ferry ride tomorrow. Me and Christina. But I appreciate you and your efforts.
Well, thank you all. Thank you, City, for supporting the Juneteenth. So when it came to me that I want to do this, shortly after it became a federal holiday, I was like, I don't know if my city's going to play along. Because, people don't really be loving history like that.
Right.
But so many people of Pookie's having an event that the next week, the actual Juneteenth weekend, or actually on Juneteenth, that's correct. But we're getting so much love, and people are taking off on Juneteenth. The weekend before, they're coming out to everything.
Right.
So much participation, and I'm just thankful to the city for even doing it and having faith in me to say, hey, get us this time and place that we're gonna come out and we're gonna do stuff, and that's what everybody's doing. It's overwhelming, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do with all this? But I know St. Augustine, they have a concert, so next year I'm like, okay, I see y'all, and we're right behind you.
You know they like to go back and forth.
But I'm gonna win.
You're gonna win.
And the paper that you put out, it has all the activities of Juneteenth. It's nice because it's green, gold, and black, and red. I said, I know who did this. It's very nice.
The Juneteenth color is technically a red, white, and blue. So we put a little gold in it from Florida.
I like it.
But we just love our gold and green
And I
and
see your
red.
picture and the other brother and sister picture. And I seen all the activity. So I started passing it out to people in the community. I said, do you know about this? They said, no, we didn't know. So I started giving that paper to everybody. I got about 10 of them. And I told them, I said, that's my God sister. They said, ooh. I said, the lady with the railroad.
Well, thank you for that.
They didn't know. Yeah, I passed them out because a lot of people are in transit moving to Pensacola. And I passed them out.
Yeah, so again, thank you. I'll definitely be seeing you again soon.
It was nice.
Thank you.
All right, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. I'll definitely see you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
We got another one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't know. Yeah. We already know we know. All right, yeah, y'all be safe.